Jesus, the son of Mary, was running away to a mountain. You might say that a lion was wanting to spill his blood. Someone ran behind him and said, "May you be well. There isn't anyone following you, so why are you fleeing like a bird?" But he kept running in the same manner, bound to urgency, so that he didn't answer him because of his own haste. The man pressed forward, following Jesus for 1 or 2 more fields. Then he called out to Jesus with great seriousness, saying, "For the sake of God's approval, stop for a moment, since I have a problem in understanding this fleeing of yours. Oh, noble and generous one, who are you running from in this direction? There's no lion or enemy following you, and no fear or dread." He answered, "I am escaping from a fool. Go away. I'm rescuing myself, so don't restrain me." The man said, "But aren't you the Messiah, one by whom blind and deaf people become normal?" "Yes," he replied. The man asked, "Aren't you the spiritual king, who is the dwelling place for mysterious spells and incantations, so that if you recite a spell upon a man's corpse, he leaps up joyfully like a lion who has brought back prey?" "Yes," he answered, "I am that one." The others said, "Oh, beautiful faced one, don't you make living birds out of clay?" "Yes," he replied. The others said, "Oh, pure spirit, then you can make happen whatever you wish. So who are you afraid of?" Yes, he answered, "I am that one." The other said, "Oh, beautiful faced one, don't you make living birds out of clay?" "Yes," he replied. The others said, "Oh, pure spirit, then you can make happen whatever you wish. So who are you afraid of?" With evidence such as this, who is there in the world who wouldn't be among your devoted slaves? Jesus said, "By the holy essence of God, the originator of the body, the creator of the soul in its superiority, and in reverence for his holy essence and attributes, for whom the collar of the heavens is torn in ecstasy, I affirm that those incantations, as well as the greatest name of God, which I spoke over the deaf and over the blind, were beneficial. I recited the words over the rocky mountain, and it became split, tearing the robe which was upon itself down to the navel. I spoke the words over a dead body, and it became alive. I said them over a point of nothingness, and it became something. But I said those words 100,000 times with loving kindness over the heart of a fool, and it was not a cure. Instead, it became a hard rock and didn't change from that habit. It became sand from which no seed grows." The man said, "Then what is the wisdom that the name of God was beneficial in those places, but here it had no superiority? That is also a case of disease, and this is an affliction. So why was it a cure for that, but not for this?" Jesus replied, "The affliction of foolish stupidity is caused by the overwhelming anger of God. Normal afflictions and blindness are not from God's anger. Those are tests and trials. Ruthless. Jesus replied, the affliction of foolish stupidity is caused by the overwhelming anger of God. Normal afflictions and blindness are not from God's anger. Those are tests and trials, and hardships are an affliction which eventually brings divine mercy. But ignorant foolishness brings blows and wounds. That which is his scarring has been produced by his seal, and no supporting hand can bring a remedy to it. Therefore escape from foolish people, just as Jesus escaped for companionship with fools. It spilled so much blood, so much blood. Yes, steals water very gradually, and the fool steals religion from you also in the same way. He steals your warmth and gives you cold in its place, just like one puts a rock under your bottom. The escaping of Jesus is not because of real fear, for he is secure from such, but is for the sake of teaching a lesson. Even if intense cold filled all the horizons of the world, what grief would there be for the radiant sun? The man said, "It's cold filled all the horizons of the world. What grief would there be